Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the final word. Baz is back. Made up. You've changed out those little ballies that you had on last week on the beach.
The Speedo, Speedo mix. Speedo Baz was. Boss. The weather, I mean, to be fair, I could have worn them because there was that. The weather was rough. You've seen sharks and dolphins and everything. No, I didn't see dolphins, that's a lie.
You seen sharks?
Sharks and seals in Preston.
Was he singing Kiss from a Rose?
He was living the dream.
Excellent.
He loved it. And thingy as well, the other one. Forgot it already. So, not that one.
Killer, by Adamski?
Yeah, Adamski, featuring Seal.
Well, it wasn't actually featuring Seal, but it was just Adamski.
Yeah. He was Seal, Tim, isn't he? He thought he married supermodels and then bombed them, or he didn't bomb them, obviously. But anyway,
are we just doing all this so we don't have to say about the match?
Yeah, anything but the football.
So, it hasn't been a great week, has it, Baz? Come on.
No,
but I had to suffer Blackburn. I was really disappointed I couldn't have gone to this game. Looked amazing, and what really annoyed me is you chose your family over going to France with me. That's what really hurt me.
You chose
it hurt me here, and
not getting out of bed rather than go to Austria with me. So
not getting out of bed.
And you just want to lay there with your Batman bills on, watching us win 22-0 instead of being there with the people.
27 hours it would have took us.
It's alright.
You had us going through
an hour a goal.
You have us going through 17 countries to get there.
I mean, amazing.
Yeah, it would have
that next year. Yeah, no, it looked
amazing, didn't it?
The boss little like FIFA League 2 stadium.
It did a little bit like Ivy Lane or something.
Like boss with the the people just watching out the balcony. Like
I was expecting at the end, no, like at the escape of victory, I was expecting like someone to throw a coat over Jag so we could escape.
I loved the bit when you could just see smoke billowing and Darren Griffiths. Oh, it's the barbecue. Don't worry, it's not on fire.
Oh, it looked amazing, to be fair.
Yeah, right. So we talk about the game. That's everything else around the game. Yeah, no, it hasn't been a very good week. Obviously, it started well with the Richarlison deal. I love today. Sky done a thing today. You know, what's being spent and all that. Richarlison, 35 mil.
Oh, was it just 35?
35 mil. So the 2 weeks of 50 mil and getting all and sundry to comment, and
it's alright when we spend 37 on Digne.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
That'll equal it.
Heads will explode. Yeah, Blackburn was not very pretty.
It was rubbish.
That's all.
And you know, can I just mention as well? Right, it was boiling hot. Guess what they served in the media? Oh, cause I sound like all poor media now. Chili.
It's amazing.
Chili. It was 32 degrees. It was outside. Yeah, chili.
Was it air conditioning in the room?
No, chili.
I'd have been boss because I'd drinking this and start sweating when I'm drinking me tea in the studio, so it would have been like that.
No, I swerved the chili.
But yeah, full swerve deal. But yeah, Blackburn was a bit grim apart from Richarlison could have had that trick. But he looked bright. And then obviously onto the Rennes game at the weekend.
Yeah.
And
don't really want to talk about it, but
yeah, well, we've got it. To be honest, I was looking forward to it just to see whether he picked a team that he considered to be his first team, and I think he probably did, and that's probably
close to it. Yeah, that was more worrying, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, what can you say? I suppose I think at Blackburn we looked tired. Yeah, if I'm honest, we looked like the players at the training sessions, and they did look physically tired. Like you could see it in their legs, every single one of them.
Yeah.
So I was expecting a little bit more out of this game, and I suppose I don't know what sort of. I know it's all nice, some of the scenery and everything, but you know, with 2 weeks to go, and you're watching other Premier League teams play in front of like 60,000 odd against in a really competitive environment. That sort of coming back to that kind of game. I sort of felt straight away that it wasn't going to be a massively competitive game, which I thought was a bit weird with 2 weeks to go. I don't know. I just thought they might have been a little bit more.
Well, we would have been playing at their stadium, but it's getting.
But they would have known that, wouldn't they, when they set up? Again, it's not organised.
We grabbed the game, though, didn't we?
Of course.
We literally grabbed the game. Hence why it was 2 days after the Blackburn game, because we grabbed what we could. We wanted to go to Germany. That didn't play out for whatever reason. So we've ended up grabbing a game, and they'd rather the players play the game. I watched the game and just thought we started okay. I thought we zipped it around quite nicely. I thought there was a lot of good link-up play. The problem for me, and I know the centre-backs have been under scrutiny, and rightly so, the pair of them, but our midfield, the two midfield players we've got, are just woeful when they play together.
I would say one of them.
Well, when they play together, that's what I'm saying. As a unit, that four. I remember when I done the tactics thing, I spoke about the block of four that he likes. But that block of four is no good if not one of them can run. Garner's very good at going and harrying and pressing, but I think he just leaves his position when the other fella's there. I think he's more disciplined when he's on his own, and that's why for me Schneiderlin is a big issue, because
he's always been a big issue. He's never not been a big issue.
Well, he was the first few months. He wasn't a big issue.
I don't know why. I honestly don't know why he's still at the club.
I think if we're going to play, I think the positive side to look at it in the first half.
Well, we should have been 1-0 up. I don't know why that goal's disallowed.
I said to...
I don't know, I still...
I've asked, is it a push fit or is he offside? There wasn't a push.
He's not offside.
No, Richarlison?
No, he's not offside.
So what was it disallowed for then?
I've no idea. So we should have been 1-0 up.
Good header by Toffee as well, to be fair. And then the manner in which we conceded the goals was the most important.
Well, they were all the same, weren't they?
Yeah,
I mean, one thing you can't do in pre-season is you're not going to scout the opposition, are you? You're not going to sit down and go, where are these good, and let's change. It is all about the way you play and progressing with that. So, because simple fact is, if Wolves played exactly the same style as they did, let's just say, we wouldn't play like that. No, we'd have to change our style.
Of course we would, yeah.
So it was that counter attack all the time. It was that the two wide lads were fast as anything, and because we were trying to push up so high, they were catching us every goal was on the counter attack basically.
No, it was, yeah.
And
3 of the 4 goals we give the ball away.
Yeah,
and they just went bump goal. And I think you can look at it two ways, can't you? You can look at it and go, oh my god, that's our team and we are wide open and it's a nightmare, and some people have looked, we're going down, we're relegated, we're blah blah blah. Well, you can look at it the other way, is that China put so much emphasis on attacking that they are getting caught, and that is an issue, and that's where pace comes into it. Pace is a big thing for us, we know that, but the goals, if you look at the goals, it was very similar to the Porto goal that beat us. We give the ball away in midfield, they go bum bum, and Maraga's through and he puts it under the keeper. I mean, I know you can't really blame Stekelenburg, but every shot that he seems to have at him goes in. But like I say, we went behind. It was a bad goal, but we got back in. We kind of got back into the game at the end of the first half. We were 2-0 down, and then Richarlison scores a cracking goal, and he was again really, really bright. That the one when he went down 5 men as if they weren't there and got brought down. He looks like he's going to be a real threat for us, and that was good. I think my criticism in the first half will have been of Cenk not being in the middle enough. He's got to stay in the middle, coming out and trying to get involved. We had that with Wayne. It's not, we need someone focally needs to stay in the middle. We didn't. Did we get enough off the other side with Sanzo and Coleman? Well, they both were linking up quite well. I just think at times the ball into the box, the final ball just wasn't there. One that disappointed me was Gylfi in that role. He's got to do better, but again, that was his second game after being off for a couple of weeks. And I've heard Jags today talking and said they just feel leggy because they've done that much work. He said you can tell by watching our games that we're leggy, he said, but it'll settle down because the game, we've got a week to thingy. And so that's the thing that's kind of bringing me back a little bit to go, all right, well, and the other way I looked at it, was I just thought, in some respects, getting spanked like that might actually be a good thing, because it's showing the manager the deficiencies there and then. If he didn't know them before, which he probably did, it's flagged them back up for me.
Massively. No, I know what you mean about the centre midfielders, but we've got to sort out the centre backs.
Yeah.
Neither of those players are good enough. And I know you like Keane.
Hang on. Let's clarify.
I know you're not. I know.
Let's clarify.
You like him in terms of.
I think he's all right. I think if United and Liverpool were interested in him, which they were, and he got in the England team and he was outstanding for Burnley, he must be a decent defender. Is he performing at a level at the moment? No, he's not.
I think he might be a decent defender. I just don't think he's mentally tough enough. I just don't think he's mentally tough enough. I don't think there's much between Keane and Maguire, right, as defenders. But I think Maguire wants it. He's prepared to put his head in. We'll go up to that. That's fair. We'll go up to that next level. I don't think Keane's got that. He just never looks switched on.
He just looks too nice.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like he wouldn't. He looks like one of those centre backs where he'd tackle you and then he'd go, you're all right, and then he'd pick you back up and go, you're all right, mate. which is it's great being a nice person, but I think he's got to have his Everton career is hanging, I would say now, in the balance, like by a thread. And if you've got your career by a thread,
should be fighting.
You've got to fight for it. And I think back to some of our centre backs. I think back to the likes of Waggy, who would just cut you in half, whether it was a training game or that kind of thing. I think you've got to have that nastiness about you, and he hasn't got the nastiness. And whether he got someone alongside him who was a bit more. I mean, if that I don't think Mina will come.
No,
because I think it would have been done surely. I think he wants Man United. But if he was to turn up, not just randomly going to knock on the door and go here, but if he was to come, he is nasty. He's horrible. He's horrible. You watch anything of him, he's always having, and in that England game. But would he be good enough to cope? I don't know.
I don't know if Keane smells danger.
Yeah, no, I know you said that.
He just doesn't. We've watched the players like Goff and Waggy and these players
when the legs are gone.
But they
even
still.
Carragher, to be fair, from the other when he was.
They still smell.
Jags doesn't he? It's just his legs are going now, but Jags does do that. He sniffs.
Well, there was one on, I think it was in the second half, where they broke, and I think they might have scored off it. But Jags was still made up more ground than any other defender. He got the closest to getting to the lad. He went past Keane, and that's alarming. Yeah, because positionally, I think
he just looks flat-footed to me.
I just don't.
And I think when if you're a defender and you're flat-footed and a striker's got the run on you, you're in trouble. And that's the problem. I think battling, I think physically wise, I think he's okay. I think in the air, I think he's okay. But if he's going to be flat-footed and getting done by runners, then we will have, unless we've got someone with sear and pace alongside him, we're going to be caught by that. Otherwise, we have to defend on the edge of our box, which that's what Silva might do. He might push. If Keane's going to be involved, I don't know, if he's going to play, he might end up saying to him, right, stay 10 yards further back, we'll have Snide, or we'll have... See, this is for me why I think we need a mobile midfield
you seen Snide trying to catch one of their lads? It was
and a couple of attackers he put in. He just I don't know. You see, I look at that Everton side and I think there's still good players in that squad. There is, but the key areas need it. Like, you're looking at Baines, still a great footballer, but legs wise, is he just looking a little bit worse because Silva's nailing them and he's not as fit? Maybe, I don't know. But he looks like how do you say it?
Digne.
I mean, you don't say it Scottishly.
Digne. You got to say it in a French way, so Digne. Well, that's Italian. What are you doing that for?
Because yeah. Hey,
find the horse's head in my bed next.
Digne. He looks like a nice tidy footballer. Looks like he's got a turn of pace about him. I'm not saying he's lightning, but he's got a turn of pace about him. He's young and athletic and he's a good footballer. So that's kind of filled me with hope that we're looking at that left hand side now. So you look at that left hand side, like someone say this morning, and it got a favourite, we're going to go from Martin and Balassi to Digne and Richarlison. So they've come in and looked and gone, that's a problem. There's that fixed. And that's why we have to maintain a patience with Silva and Brandt, because I think what they're finding is, and I think, to be honest, I think probably Koeman might have found this. It's great going,
we want him,
I want him, and I want him. And then players are like,
we'll find out with Mina, aren't we? Mina's going to leave Barcelona, right? Yeah. And at the moment he's like, well, he will leave them because by buying Malcolm, they've I think that he's probably loses EU place.
And they got the other fella as well anyway, didn't he? The defender the other day before Malcolm.
So he'll go, but what he's doing at the moment is going, well, I'm going to wait and see if Man United are going to get me. And to be fair, Digne's probably been doing the same thing. He's probably been waiting to see if a Champions League team or Paris Saint-Germain or Lyon or whoever will come in for him. And who would want to sign for Everton? Honestly, if you played for Barcelona, would you want to sign for Everton? Because I wouldn't. If I had no affiliation with Everton, I would be looking at Everton going, you finished 8th in the Premier League, you're not in Europe. Why is there an incentive to sign for you? And then you need the manager to talk you through all of that. But
I believe he did though, didn't he? Apparently it was a little bit like that because other teams were showing an interest, and then he spoke to Silva and he said, I'll sign.
So if I was Mina, it'd be the same thing at the moment. It'll be, wait till all the options are gone, and then maybe Everton might be third or fourth on. Everton might be highest on the list at the moment in terms of what they're willing to offer Barcelona and what they're willing to offer him. But he'll still wait for all those options.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. And people who say, well, don't bother signing him if he doesn't want to play for us. Don't. But I guarantee that 9 out of 10 players we approach at the moment don't see Everton as first choice. Because why would you?
There is validation in that, isn't there? You want players to play for you because you need that. We don't want play. We've got enough players who don't look arsed about us, and they play for us at the moment. So we want people who go, you know what, I want to put that shirt on and I want to have a real go for you. Right?
Their people's names are people like Mo Besic, though. That's the.
Well, there's a case in point with Charlison.
Yeah.
The kid's come in last week and he's played a game and a half and looked like he wants everything. He wants a fight, but I think that's in his nature. I think that's that thing.
Isn't the difference with him is though? I think someone like Richarlison is.
But then he's stepping up.
He's stepping up, and because he's stepping up, you're having to pay the extra. Whereas Digne, it will come in for less because he's dropping down. And that's so we want those players because and I keep on saying. I said this last week in a video on Football Street. We're having to pay that extra,
the premium
because we're buying players to make the step up.
Of course,
players to make the step down will come for less, but it's harder to get them.
I mean, where's your take on Mina? Because obviously, I know you're just saying
I don't think he's that good.
I've got to say, I'm unsure.
But if they've identified him,
but listen, I back whatever they say. If they go, we want him, I'll go. Sound, we'll have him. But what I mean by Mangala. A game, and he played 124 minutes for us.
Didn't I tell the world he was terrible when we signed him?
Well, listen, he is what he is.
Terrible.
Get the milkman back.
Sylvan probably still play well.
He'd still be better than our centre back.
Still deliver.
He will still deliver. But I think from my point of view with that is, are there other options we go for? I've seen Jamie Carragher said something this morning, and whether
what did he say?
That Everton need 2 centre backs.
What we do?
And he said the problem you've got is there's not many great ones. He said Liverpool still need one.
Yeah.
He went Everton need 2. He said got good players, but
although they've got the most expensive centre back in the world, and one who played in the World Cup final, so they're not doing too bad.
And the Champions League final.
Yeah, so
he took his team to both of them.
World's greatest defender.
No, I know this is what he said. So I'm saying when you're looking at it like that and going, well, who would you get then? Who could Everton get? Alfie Mawson, I think's a good defender, but again,
the knee.
Yeah, well,
he's in back for me.
Still, yeah.
So
I think that's
he'd be paying 25 million quid for a lad whose knee is untested.
Right. So but I'm saying, then there's Ben Gibson. Is he quick enough? People say he's slow. He's big and it's imposing. But if we've already got a kid that can't really run at centre back, so that's the problem, and that's probably why they're waiting for me. And they're probably looking and going, well, this fella's strong. He's big. He's great in the air, which he is. He's horrible. You know, and maybe him and Holgate and Keane, maybe they'll be the 3, and Jags will be the one that is the squad filler.
If it stayed like it is right now, who would you play centre back first game of the season?
You see, normally I'd say, well, one of them would be Holgate if he's fit.
I'd play Jags and Holgate.
Probably Jags. But my only thing with that at the moment is the way that Bradley Dack just shoved him on his arse the other night and put it in was embarrassing. And then he looked gone at the weekend. He looked finished to me at the weekend. And I'm listening. We've seen Jagielka do this before. It's when he's knackered. He looks like this. When he's fit, he's still got it. So maybe by the time Wolves comes, he will be. But then again, it's like I've just said to you. If we played 10 yards further back with them sat where Mason can make it up, it'd probably be sound. I'm excited by what we're doing going the other way. I said to you the other day, I thought Seamus defensively on Saturday was horrendous. He was nowhere, literally nowhere. But going the other way, it was like he'd never been away, and that's the positive I'm taking from him. His touch was great. He was up and down. If he can start, and this is what I'm saying again about Tosin, give him a target when you're wide. Give the man in the box, because Coleman put 2 great balls and he was flat-footed. He should be running, so we don't even have to look. You're wide, our man's in the box, bing, get it in there, and then that's what we'll get from Seamus. That's what we'll get from Digne. Hence why I think the 4 is the big crux of the problem for us. Gylfi won't be a problem because he'll get fit, and we've seen last year, he's done it in the Premier League for years. He's a very, very good footballer. Yeah. But those middle 4 for me,
I can't believe that the position Schneiderlin is in at the moment, the 6, hasn't been more of a priority in getting a player in. I honestly, because I if it's such an important role in the team, I can't understand why we've been linked with nobody, and we continue to be linked with nobody. Because you can't tell
Carvalho out the start.
Well, yeah, if you can't tell me that he doesn't look comfortable playing in that. There's nothing different from last season.
No.
So, Richarlison, you can look at Richarlison the way he picked the ball up and moved it. That's what you want a number 6 to be doing, picking the ball up and moving it. You know, taking it through the you know, the lines, and he hasn't got that.
You see, I think the reason why I'm saying listen, we've said it for probably definitely a year, is that those two as a pair can't play that way, because Garner isn't good enough, like at the final end of the pitch. He can go past players and he can work, but he's not good enough for the final end of the pitch, and he's not one who can play killer through balls. Schneiderlin likes to drop deep and ping it, which he's very good at, but that's not good enough for us, because we need someone to take the ball. So that's what I'm saying. If Garner drops into that 6 role, he can't get about the pitch. But your other midfielder then has to be someone like a Dembele, say, from Spurs. Someone like that who will get the ball and run and transit the way Ross used to do it for us.
See, this is what makes you laugh, right? When Wayne Rooney was playing in the number 6 and he had Sigurdsson in front of him, they had that relationship where Wayne, the fact of Wayne didn't have the defensive discipline, obviously, but then that's where you'd have Garner. So Rooney was actually doing a good job when he had Sigurdsson in there. Sigurdsson would take that attacking responsibility off him. Rooney could find him because he's a great passer of the ball, and we would go through the lines that way. Whereas Sneijderlin's not a good passer of the ball. It's in through the eye of a needle, and when he gets caught, when he misplaces a pass, he can't turn quick enough. So they're already on the way. So that, to me, that was where people slagged Rooney off. I think that worked really well, and that we haven't looked to.
When Gylfi went out the team,
Wayne
dropped,
because Wayne then suddenly all the attacking emphasis was put on his shoulders from the number 6 position.
And then people got round him because we didn't have someone who took the ball, and
that is what you need your number 6 to do. You know, modern teams.
See, at the moment, mate, Wolves, if our squad was obviously Digne coming in, if our squad was that, then if today was the window shutting and Digne was signed and that was it, you'd be looking going, but my midfield too, I think for Wolves, I think I'd have to play Garner and Tom Davies, and yet Tom Davies hasn't looked on it. He's been rubbish this pre-season form wise. I think Bezic has been good and bad. I think the thing with Bezic will be in, except he takes too many risks, and so he's a bit like Schneiderlin, not in the fact that Schneiderlin takes risks like that. Schneiderlin just simply gets caught because he's too slow. Bezic gives the ball away, and then we're in trouble. Bezic
is the player who tries to do the things Rooney does. He's just not good enough. I watched something the night at Blackburn, the amount of he looked leggy and he looked like he was trying to impress, but the amount of times he got caught trying to be clever on the ball was ridiculous.
That's the thing with him. I think when he simplifies when he simplifies his game, he's very good, because he's got everything you want. He's good in there, good tackler, you know, can take the ball, he's got a little bit of skill about him, got that heart. It's everything you want, but his passing, his riskiness on the ball, I just don't think you can do it in the Premier League. You can get caught too many times looking and people whip it off your feet, and that to me is a big problem. That to me is as big a problem as the centre back. It smacks you in the face that you're looking and going, centre midfielder, so well, who's going to do that rolling? Is it going to be Gylfi then alongside Garner? Okay, might work, because Gylfi can do that. Then who plays ahead of him is a Kieran Dowell. He's hit and miss. Lookman, but then Lookman and Sigurdsson in the centre of the midfield, if it's a battle, wouldn't work. So that, to me, that's why that area is a big problem.
There's a lot. I mean,
we've been linked with the French lad who's at Roma, Canales, is it? He's 29. You know, he's a big 6'1".
To be honest, I don't think that's a bad age for that kind of player.
He's got to be able to get.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a bad age. But at the end of the day, we're still missing Jordan Pickford in goal. We're missing Garner and Sigurdsson only just back. Theo Walcott hasn't kicked the ball all pre-season, which is really worrying.
training today.
Richarlison has only just come into the side. So there are those things to Digne. Hopefully will come in. Hopefully we'll get another one at centre back. So there are things like that to look at. I think the other thing is
we haven't had Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
No, we haven't had Dom as well, which
another option.
Yeah, another option.
I think what
the other end of the pitch is we need to start creating more chances as well.
Yeah.
We're not creating enough chances.
We started like we were though. Not forget the Everton game. Berry, we had loads. I know it's Berry, but we looked the way we played. I thought against Lille, we started the game really well against Lille in the first half. The second half was horrendous. Yeah. The first half we looked really bright. Porto, the first half we were really bright, cut them open, didn't take our chances. But the last couple of games, Blackburn, although saying that, Jenks missed 2 sitters at Blackburn, the headers, should have scored 2 headers.
Richarlison
and Richarlison, 3. If you look at it again, he could have had a hat-trick. So we might have ended up with a couple of goals that night, but at the weekend, we didn't really make any chances against the team that we really should have been. Although the kid at the back who we were linked with, the big lad at the back, who was
Why
fast.
do these French teams seem to have loads of boss centre-halves?
Just
that no one's ever heard of. I know that no one's ever heard of on these centre midfielders that no one's ever heard of. Grenier, we were linked with him a couple of years under Martinez, weren't we? But the couple of lads at the back, the centre backs, they're the ones we were linked with even a couple of weeks ago. We should be after them. They're athletic, they're strong, they're fast. French football probably not paying massive amounts of money. You get linked with all these players for 50-60 million, and you look at France and you look, every team's got a decent centre midfielder or a decent centre defender.
You see, I'd go
big, strong, athletic players.
I'd go and buy one of them from Rennes, one of the back lads there, and just go, right, but we're all going to see what you're like, because we probably get him for 15 mil, say, whatever, might even be 18. Get rid of Williams, get him out the door. There's a couple of
his
wages off as well, and then go and get another centre. Even if we got Mina, go and get a French centre back as well to come in and go. You're in the squad as well. If that means Keane going out the door, so be it. Or if it means Jags going, Jags becoming 5th choice centre back, but being around the club, so be it. But we've got to start. We've got to start looking those ways, and one of those lads would probably be like, come to Everton, yes please, no. I'll just see if Man U want me fair, which is fair enough. Mina's got, he's well within his rights to do that, but we don't really know that much about him. We look at him and go, he looks alright, but he could be one who comes in and you go, it could be Lamine Coney. You just don't know. But you're right, the other end of the pitch, we've got to start committing more bodies in there, which we were doing, ironically. So I can only think it's legs. Why we haven't got as many up there, but again that comes down to your midfield. One of your midfielders should be on the edge of your box. Gylfi should be in there with Tosin. This is how Silva's teams play. Your 2 full-backs are pushed right on. It's what we're doing in them areas, and again that's why I think if we had a new centre midfielder, someone who could unlock something. And I think we've all, I've said for ages there's no point selling the ass and that, no, but I think I'm looking now, I'm thinking I think we need another centre forward who's going to push Tosin. No, we do. Nias is sound for what he'll do, right? But I think is he? If there's a choice between him and Cenk's going to play, isn't he? Because he's got a bit more to his game. Go and try and get Batshuayi on. And maybe there'll be times when you can play him as a wide player as Batshuayi and to get him in the team because he can do different roles. Obviously Theo will make a big difference when he comes back with the pace and the directness, but imagine if you got Batshuayi and you had you'd have a bit of pace.
I think if the game will tell the manager anything, it's that come day one, if he hasn't got himself new players, obviously the defence has to play 10 yards further back.
Got to.
And that's it, isn't it, really? That's it. It's it's you can understand why Allardyce did what he did in a way by playing them where they were. I mean, it doesn't. You look at them and still say, well, it was still ultra negative, but you can understand why they were 10 yards further back, and that's what he.
But that's okay. You can play almost on the edge of your box and still be an attacking side. It just means that you can't push out. So teams, you can't let runners in behind you. But if you're on the attack, that's fine. But do you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, it's just a friendly, isn't it? When it comes to day one of the Premier League, you're not going to leave that much space behind. No one would leave themselves
and
wide.
that'll be the warning.
Yeah, no one would leave themselves open just for the sake of wanting to play a style.
Mm.
When we've seen with Martinez, you see that how far that gets you in the league. So it's a lesson, isn't it? It's a warning. It's telling us that what we really need, and where we actually are, and then you have to play within that, don't you? You have to play within where you actually are, not where you want to be.
Did you think Marco Silva had come in and already the wand would be waved and we'd be amazing? Right, so, and a lot of people, this is what I see, not a lot of people, but a section of people, certainly on social media, to me it seems like that's what they thought, because I've seen people questioning Brands and Silva already, and I'm going, I can't.
This is not on them.
This is not on them.
No, this is not on them. I'm not putting I'm not putting anything on them.
It's a long-term process. Even people losing. Listen, we'd love it if July the 1st all of our signings were in. We bought 5 players. They're all world-class players, and we don't need anyone now. Our business is done, and we can. Right, but at this moment, for all the reasons you said before about Yerry Mina, players who we're going after will be going, hang on, what? When does your window shut? No, it's all right, because my agent's telling me them and them. This is going to take time. This is going to be 2 and 3 windows down the line. But just all I would say to people who are getting itchy feet, the window shuts when the window shuts. It's not today, so we've got time. We might get to deadline day and 3 might come in for all we know. We don't know. So we don't have to panic just yet. But just use the left side as an example of what these 2 fellas want to do. They've come in and gone, that left-hand side last season was terrible. Richarlison will fix that, and Digne. Baines is a great player, but he's no one's threatening him. He's 34, and they've identified that already. Definitely. Straight on. We know we need a centre back. That's what they're trying to get Mina. So it's not like they're buying right wingers and we're going, we've already got Theo Walcott there. What the fuck are we buying? Do you know what I mean? We know, and they know what we need, and that's, to me, that's how I'm looking at it anyway.
Yeah. Just hope that window doesn't come back to haunt us. The fact that it shuts, because those players will, even though it shuts here, those players will have another 2 weeks to go elsewhere. That's
the only thing for me, the worry would obviously be Luchman, if he hasn't gone by then, because this can drag on till the end of August, can't it?
I wouldn't imagine we're going to sell players that we don't want to sell after the window shut.
No, I mean that's the thing. I think the Premier League clubs are seeing. Someone saying this the other day, there's almost like a loose agreement between them, whereas when that shuts, their squad's done, unless it's players they want out the door. No one in that squad will be going anywhere after that date, regardless of the money, because what's the point? There's no point. It's like Everton, if Bayern Munich came in on the 30th of August for Pickford for 80 million, like, what's the point in having 80 million? You're about to lose your keeper that you can't replace. So I think you're right, it'll probably be European teams for like a loan for say Balassi was still here. A Turkish club.
They've got a week now, haven't they? Got a week training, trying to put things right for the game against Valencia, and hopefully some kind of improvement.
Realistically, they've got 2 weeks, haven't they? I mean, Valencia, we normally lose this one against the Spanish
this is
side.
The one that's the one we always panic over.
So this will be a 3-0 win, guaranteed, because this is the one we normally. And mind you, we got a draw last year, didn't we, with Seville?
2-2,
Got a penalty that Sandro scored.
Was it against Porto? We sat and watched them the week before Koeman's first game, and we were like, this is terrible. And then the week after, they turn up against Spurs, and it was all
that's because that's what it is, isn't it? Just before we finish, what have you made of Sandro?
It's difficult to put your finger on it. Physically, he looks a lot fitter, and I think he's starting to understand what it takes to be a Premier League player.
He looks like a good footballer.
He does, but I'm just worried that he hasn't got exactly what it's. Let's be honest, right? He's been shoved down the right because we haven't got anyone else. There's no one else who's played a lot of minutes, but he's benefited from those minutes massively. I think physically he looks a lot bigger and strong. He looks like Jason Statham or something. Do you know? It's like he's going to be in one of those weird action films. So he looks a lot better that way. Has he quite got a brain? I don't know, but if he's got the physical aspect, then that's the first step, because then he can get through the season. So
I think, whereas last year when we were watching him, every time he come on, you'd look and go, he just doesn't know where he is here.
Do you know what? Do you know?
I know like an option.
He's massively benefited from the fact that you've got no other player, and this is where we go back 12 months when we had too many players. Where it was like, and this is where you go back 10 years, well, no, 14 years, sorry, when you plays like Kale, and all you could do was play them. You couldn't do anything else. You had to play them, and they had to learn the role, and they had to get Pienaar's another one. Imagine if we'd had Bo Pienaar and we'd had 3 other number 10s in the team, he'd never have made it. No. So you look at someone like Klassen, who used to say this time last year, if we'd had nobody else playing in that position and he'd had to play his way through, Klassen could have become a player. Who used to say Sandro won't become a player off the back of this summer. He mightn't be what that amazing player we all wanted, but who's to say with just a little bit of time and refinement, he can become a good squad player.
He looked like an option now, where I don't think he was an option. Yeah. Last year I looked at him and thought, I wanted him to be the option, I really did. But as it went on, I just looked at him and you were like, he's just miles away from being what we need. Where now, he actually looks like he can cope a little bit. He's good on the ball. Some of his passing's brilliant, delivery, and you're right, he's being shoehorned in there. I mean, the Klassen thing, ironically, is exactly what we need alongside Garner. I'm not saying he could do it, but I'm saying that is what we need. Someone who's bright. And his goal the other night, he starts that in the 6 role, pass, and that's what we need. Maybe a more physical, better version of it, but that's the kind of player we need alongside our defensive midfielder, who for me it has to be.
But that's what happens when you've got too many tools in the box, and you don't, on board with that one now. You've got to let people settle in to a role, especially when they come into a new country. You just used to buy 1 and 2 players, didn't you? And they just played through it, and you'd look and go, you go in for a bit, come out for a bit, go in for a bit, come out. When you've got 3 options, you go, well, I'm not playing you because he's better, like you're playing. How are you ever going to improve? It's like anything, learning. It's like going and getting a new job and starting, and there's 3 lads. What's a new job?
I mean, 3 people doing that role. You'd be like, well, how am I ever going to learn?
No,
without having a go. So, but anyway,
he's done alright. But
he's done alright. He looks to me, like, I'd be quite happy for him to stay in our squad this season and be used as and when.
Definitely. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on this one. Yeah, it was a bit miserable.
Are you panicking? Yes, you are. I can feel it.
That barbecue would have been great though, wouldn't it? That'd have been sound.
Maybe some of our maybe like Keane and Jags were having like burgers, and when the ball turned over, they were like, "That's the burger," and they hadn't quite swallowed it. So as they were up, they just couldn't get back.
Michael Keane would have gone and just asked for a salad.
Keane would have really wanted sauce on it, and he's been too shy to ask for it.
He would have been.
They'd put gherkins on, which he didn't like, but he wouldn't.
He wouldn't go.
Why have you got gherkins on this?
He just
ate it like that quietly in the corner.
Even though he's gherkin intolerant.
He is.
Which is probably a thing.
Jags looked like he probably ate Michael Keane's as well.
You're not eating that, lad.
I'll have that kid.
Right, leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.